Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 10 of the Make It Rain podcast. We're only 10 episodes in. That's wild. As like the previous 90s, Anthony Collazo with Hockey News. I'm Joe O'Regan. Let's do this. Here we go. You rolled that too long. Welcome back to the Make It Rain podcast. There was 2 games for the Rain this week. Judging by the thumbnail and the title of this video, the Rain did good again.
Joe, everybody watching the pod, the Rain did play well again. Swept the week once again. They are officially, I like to say, on a heater in the AHL right now. You don't want to run into the Rain right now. They look a lot like they did in the second half of last year. Looks like everyone's together. They're buying into what Sturmer is teaching them. And they look amazing right now, man. Absolutely
agree. Let's get into the Los Angeles Kings stuff as we usually do. Eric Portillo made his
MLB.
Nice.
NHL
debut on Black Friday in the matinee against the Anaheim Ducks. Stopped 30 of 31. In hindsight, Troy Terry, what are we doing?
Yeah, I know that it must have been weird for you. You know, diehard Rain, diehard Ducks.
Nothing's in order.
And it's like, you're watching the game. You're watching the game and you're like, man, no way. Like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, it's part of the game.
Hey, also congratulations, a Division I ball player officially. Are you signed yet? Is it officially signed?
Verbal.
Division I. Cal State University, Bakersfield.
Which is just too ironic because the Rain played the Condors on Saturday night in Bakersfield.
Crazy.
But before we cover that and the Rain's first inter-conference matchup, first matchup out of the division since before COVID, this episode is brought to you by Gowdy Law. We all know having a game plan is key, but when it comes to your family's future, are you ready? Gowdy Law is here to help. Specialized in estate planning, Gowdy Law ensures your loved ones are protected from losing a ton of money and time to probate when you pass. Just like on the ice, preparation matters. Don't wait till the last minute to make the right play. Visit GowdyLaw.com today to start planning for the future. Get estate planning and a free consultation right on their website. It's that simple. The price is right there. Gowdy Law, make estate planning easy, understandable, and affordable. The link's in the description. You know that.
So it was their first matchup since the 21-22 season when they played the Grand Rapids Griffins.
Grand Rapids Griffins. Holy smokes.
Before the Sturm era.
Back when, who was the head coach?
I wouldn't know that. You would know better than me.
I want to say it's Mike Stuthers. Don't count me on that.
Yeah, you would know a lot better than me.
I'm going to look it up while he's doing our first edition of the Rain Rapid Recap against the Texas Stars.
Like Joe O'Regan just said, the Texas Stars came to Ontario for the first time since 2018 to face the Rain. Midway through the first period, and a 1 and a 2, Yamson put the Rain up 1. A couple minutes later, Samuel Fagimo from the corner wall behind the net went off Poirier's back, giving the Rain some insurance. In the third, mama, there goes that man again. Samuel Fagimo with a vintage one-timer to make it 3-0. And the monster would not go away from under my daughter's bed. Caleb Lawrence again sticks the dagger in the Stars' chest. Not too much to talk about in this rapid recap. 4-0 the final.
Well, Eric Portillo got called up and Phoenix Copley had something to say. Let's just say that.
Huge statement for Copley. Copley was probably happy for Portillo, right? Making his NHL debut,
Absolutely.
First star of the game with the Ducks, or against the Ducks. But you know deep down Copley wants to be up there. You know he wants to be with the big boy squad. You know he sees Portillo up there and probably thinks to himself, I should be up there. And just a few hours after Portillo gets announced first star of the game with the Kings, Copley comes out and pitches a shutout.
Yeah.
Statement. Huge statement.
27 for 27 in the save department. We don't even need to look up percentages. That is a 1,000 save percentage for
100.
Phoenix. 1,000. Nice. 100 save percentage for Phoenix Copley. How about this? 1. It's 1. 27 divided by 27 is 1.
1.
Uno.
Uno.
By the way, the last John I'm so sorry if I mispronounced this. John Wroblewski was the head coach of the Reign the last time they played out of the division. He replaced Mike Stuthers after the 2019-20 season. So I wasn't wrong. Like, Stuthers was definitely in there. Stuthers, I think at the time, though, was an assistant coach for the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh, I got you. I didn't know that.
While he was there. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right, let's get into the goals that happened, of course. Samuel Fagemo. What in the blue moon?
Yeah, that was... I didn't see it. I was actually looking down. I forgot what I was looking for. It might have been a stat or something, but I'm looking down at my laptop, and I can see the game from, like, laptop is below me. I can see the game, so if there's, like, a chance or something big is happening, I can, like, kind of tell and look up. But I knew there wasn't a threat, and then all of a sudden, I just hear, oh!
Ah!
And I look up, and I'm like, what happened? And then my colleague Kyle was like, Fagemo just scored from the corner wall. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Like, I was saying in 105, hilariously enough, I was talking to my friend about the Luke Rowe goal.
Oh, from last year, huh?
From last
Against
year, and how
Abbotsford.
wild of a goal that was, because it was salute to service night, and Luke Rowe is, as some of you might know, played in the Air Force and served in the Air Force as well. And I'm talking about that goal, and I'm like, that's the craziest goal I've ever seen. And then that goal happened. I'm like, that might be even crazier.
Yeah.
Like, that was completely below the red line. Like, no doubt about it. It was below the red line, outside the trapezoid. I don't even think it hit his back. I think it hit his pad or his skate and went in.
Yeah, I'm actually not too sure if it hit his back or not. I just know that
Check out the replay here.
he put it on net, and
It caught his...
the camera didn't even think it was going in. It just cut.
So he caught Poirier in the VH with his right pad up, and it looked like it hit his skate, because that had no lift to it whatsoever.
Yeah.
So, hey, you take him how you get him. That's Samuel Fagemo's, at that time, 8th goal in the year. And the trademark one-timer is back. Vintage Samuel Fagemo scoring off the rush to make it 3-0 Reign.
Fagemo with a nice one-timer, but you cannot take away any credit from Tyler Madden making
Great feed.
a pretty smooth pass to Fagemo. Just a perfect play, and you can tell that their chemistry is there all the way.
Yep.
They like playing with each other. A little, what would you call it? Like a little reverse when they're going into the zone. Yeah, and it was just a vintage Samuel Fagemo from when he scored 40-plus goals last season.
Yeah, I mean, two-man weave, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, two-man weave.
It's a two-man
pretty
weave.
much.
So, hey, the Reign will take it how you want it. And then the fourth goal, Caleb Lawrence cleaning up the trash, kind of dumped in by the left winger. It was not Element, though.
Yeah, Lawrence just seems to be in the right spot at all times,
Yes.
which is a testament to just his overall hockey
sense.
IQ. I think a lot of the goals that he has scored, or 2 of them, because he has 3 goals on the year now. His first one was a tip-in, and the last 2 just, the puck just floating in the crease, and he comes in at the perfect time and buries it.
Yep.
We didn't talk about the first goal, which I believe was probably the best goal of the entire night. First of all,
Can I talk this one?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Caleb Lawrence, who's the fourth-line center, gets kicked from the dot. Atu Yamson goes to take this draw. We're watching the video here. So, in real time, wins the draw. Up the right side is the defenseman. Feeds across for Lawrence. Yamson wide open in the slot. Like good grief. No one was in his range. He shelves it past Poirier and the Reign like that. Go up 1-0. Like, Atu Yamson wins the draw, gets in position, and goes full send at the net and scores.
Yeah, full on great play from Yamson. And it's
Absolutely.
funny that you mentioned him getting kicked off the faceoff circle, because Lawrence didn't do anything to get himself kicked off. It was actually Yamson who kept messing around, and it was almost like Yamson was punished by having to come take the faceoff. Lawrence was kicked out. Yamson wins it. They go on the rush. I believe it was Jack Millard makes a great feed to Caleb Lawrence. Lawrence back to Yamson. Just out in front perfectly. Just one of the smoother plays you're going to see in the AHL for sure.
Kind of like an oof you moment to the ref.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that.
For sure.
So, Fagemo's goal was pretty nice. The double minor on Cam Hughes and the Reign failed to score. One of the things with the Reign that we've been talking about all year is the power play has been an absolute power struggle for the Ontario Reign. I don't know who's running the power play, but it has not looked good. It almost, like, here I go again. it looks like the Ducks power play. Like, if the Ducks go 1 for 2 on the power play, I'm looking at this and I'm like, dude, they got to be doing something in the locker room, like some voodoo junk, and they score. Oh, cool. Hey, I'm not complaining. The Reign look really good 5-on-5. We'll get into it after game 2 Saturday night. Their penalty kill is top notch.
Top notch right now. Chris Hyatt has the team just bought into sort of, and we'll talk about it later a little bit. Just flying all over the ice, laying your body on the line, diving for pucks, block shots everywhere. And all starts, we talked about it a few weeks ago with Joe Hicketts in that Colorado Eagles game where he just dives out like he's, Billy Hamilton sliding into second base head first, and just it's kind of like it's been a theme now all year where they're blocking shots on not only the penalty kill but even on 5-on-5, and it looks really good for the Reign.
Nice pull on the Billy Hamilton, by the way.
That's an easy pull. That's an easy pull
for Stoll.
Come on.
Okay, sure.
That's an easy. I think.
A better pull would have been like Michael Bourne or something.
Yeah, like a Juan Pierre. Like that would have been a better pull.
That would have been a lot better. One more thing, because we kind of got it at the start, and now we're gonna get into it again here. Big day for Adam Brown.
Big day for Brownie. Sturm talked about it a little bit in his post-game interview. Portillo goes up with the Kings. I talked to Brown a little bit up in the press box, and I forgot if he told me it's his first prospect ever or if it's first prospect with the Kings. But Brown has been around a little bit when it comes to coaching. He's coached some, junior Olympic teams and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if it's his first overall prospect, but at least for sure his first Kings prospect that he has developed himself, his own what's the word I'm looking for? Like his own project, I would say.
Yeah.
Go up with the Kings, gets first star, and then Phoenix Copley, another one of his guys, first star with the Reign. And Sturm said, Portillo first star, Copley first star, Brown first star.
Yeah.
So he's been doing a great job with the Kings, and you still have that Hampton kid who's still in college. I forgot his I know his last name, but I can't pronounce it.
George. You have George also.
You have George also. So, the Kings, as far as goalies go, man, they're set for at least the next 20 years, man, you would think. You're good.
That might be a little bit of a jump.
You're good.
At the minimum, it's 10.
And then there are trade pieces too.
Yes.
So
certainly.
not like a POD type of trade, but you need some. Maybe you use one for. Maybe you use one for like a Chris Kreider who has been a topic of, a trade talk topic for the last week now with the Rangers shopping big names like Kreider, Zibanejad, Trouba. Huge thing going on in the NHL right now.
Absolutely.
And the Kings seem to be fits for some of those guys.
With that being said, let's head into game 2 Saturday night as the Ontario Reign turn right up the I-5 to take on the Bakersfield Condors. Sorry, it's a bird difference. Give me a break. In a Saturday night matchup in the first, after about 8 stoppages, can I treat you to a power play one-timer vintage again from Fi Fagimo? He scores his 10th on the year to give a Reign a 1-0 lead. And Alex Svetlikov scores literally 1 minute later. And Condors weather report, just a bunch of plush on the ice. Teddy bear goal for him. It's 1-1 after about 15 minutes. As LeBron James would say, or in this case, Glenn Godden, you know what? I got 2 more for y'all. He'll score his 8th and 9th goal on the season in the first period. The Reign go into the intermission up 3-1. The second period, snooze fest. Nothing happened. And in the third period, despite a few A-plus chances, Glenn Godden nearly got a hat trick. I'm spitting all over my monitor. They didn't score. However, Bakersfield didn't score either, so it does not matter. The Reign win 3-1, sweep the week. What else is there to say? Dang it. Oh my gosh.
What's wrong?
My thing glitched again.
Well, he gets his outline.
No, like my thing glitched again.
Oh, he got me. He got me.
Broom season, baby. Hey. Reign take care of business. Want to start with Glenn Godden's goals?
Yeah. Well, was he the first goal of the game? let's go. in
No,
order.
actually, let's start with Samuel Fagimo.
Yeah. Let's go in order for this one. Fagimo, with the first goal of the night, as we saw. Was it power play? It was a power play. Fagimo just. I didn't think it went in by first look. It went through his 5-hole.
Yeah,
Looks like
5-hole.
of Rodrigue.
Mm-hmm.
Embarrassing.
Come on, you got a better pitch for that.
Dude, that was
Embarrassing.
that was
embarrassing.
that was the first goal of the game.
Yeah.
There's 18 minutes and 13 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah.
And I swear, I think it was like 7:30 already. My gosh, dude.
So this game started at 7:12. That goal came 2 minutes in. So, second of all, Bakersfield, what are we doing with the clock and stuff? Like, the clock was off the whole night on Flow Sports. Kid you not. It was off the whole night.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I I don't know who runs it. I think it might be different for like each team or something.
Yeah.
But that's like an AHL Game Center issue, because what I realized was that
There was something going down on Friday night, too.
Exactly. So that's why I noticed Friday night is that whatever is wrong with the score bug, it's wrong on Game Center too, and it's like direct.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's an AHL issue or just the Rain and Condors on back-to-back nights coincidentally just crap the bed. I don't know, dude.
And it's honestly kind of hilarious, by the way, because Friday, you want to get into your story about the guy getting the phone call?
Oh yeah, I think he would. I don't think he watches, but I know Kyle watches. So we have a friend, a colleague, Mario, and he's a stats guy. So he's working like his stuff, and he does like the shots on net for Genius Sports and whatever. And his app just shuts down. Like the boss has froze his app, and then he gets a phone call, and he's like, "Hey, what? Like, is something going on? No, what's wrong?" And on the phone call, they were like, "Bro, like it's wrong. Like I don't think you have it right." And he was like freaking out a little bit. It was kind of funny. I was like, "Mario, you're good, bro. Like you're gonna get a pay raise because you're right and the AHL is wrong." But he was like, "No, dude, it's 2-0. I have it right. Look at dude. Everyone here is saying that the AHL is wrong. I'm right, I promise." And he's like freaking out.
Yeah.
And it's like, Mario, you're good, bro. Like you're right. We know you're right. Like they're gonna understand that you're right. If anything, you're gonna look good after all this, dude. But yeah, it was kind of funny.
It's really funny. And I noticed it with the Ontario Reign app because the Ontario Reign app is also connected to AHL Game Center.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over here watching this with my friend on Friday, and I'm looking. It's like 2-0, and then I see 3-0. So the Yamson goal duplicated thrice.
And it's like 4-0.
And I'm looking at this, and I'm like, do you see the typo here?
Yeah.
Like, I was like convinced that the Reign app was just bugging. Like, absolutely bugging. No, it was AHL that was bugging.
Mm-hmm.
And then it happened again with the second goal of the game, which I believe was Fagimo. Fagimo
Yes.
from the low slot.
And then it said 4-0. That's 4-0.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro.
And we're over here like, AHL, figure it out, please. So, hey, hopefully you guys get it figured out in the next week. We don't play until Tuesday, so it's fine. With that being said, Joe Hicketts. I mean, this part's not going to get talked about very much. What a hit on Peterson. He sent him like NHL, like World of Chell type of hit. He sent him flying into the bench. Skates up.
The captain, Joe Hicketts, sent assistant captain Lane Peterson into Narnia, man. It was kind of funny because on the broadcast, he gets hit and then like...
He like tumbles in really gracefully.
He tumbles in at like the corner of the screen, and then the camera cuts. So it's like
it's even funnier.
It was so funny. What a hit by Hicketts. He has been, although he's not putting up points the way he has in past years, he has been great on the defensive side. He really has been.
Oh, absolutely. Like, absolutely. Joe Hicketts, another guy I want to point out. Actually, no, I'm not going to point him out because he's in my Wayne Weather report. Nice. So, the teddy bear goal for, I believe it was Alex Swetlikoff, fourth line center's first goal of the year, hilariously enough. It almost reminded me so much of the Rain goal last year because the Rain goal last year, I believe, went to Tyler Inamoto, which was his first goal of the year. And it was a whole... Wait, who scored? You scored. No, I scored. You scored.
Yeah, wasn't it like Hellenius at first? Then it was Inamoto.
It went to Hellenius, then Inamoto, then to Doty, then back to Hellenius, then to Inamoto, then to Doty, and then it stuck with Inamoto. 7 changes. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
That is wild. So, Glenn Gaudin's goal, tip-in goal, absolute beauty.
Yeah.
So, I believe this is Joe Hickett's shot off the point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Hickett shoots off the point. Glenn Gaudin's not even, like, in line with the net. He just throws his stick on it. And it's like the minute he hit his stick, puck's not even past the goal line. He's like celebrating like this. Like, that was money.
That's a beautiful deflection because it wasn't kind of like next to the feet. He had to lift his stick a little bit.
Yeah.
And he deflects it.
He had to
do a perfect deflection.
Yeah, he had to do it. He had to tip the stick in too so it could go behind him. Absolute textbook.
And of course, it's Glenn Gaudin, so if he scores one, he's going to score two.
Of course.
He has to.
In front. So in front, rings the crossbar, goes straight down, and then Rodriguez so far out of the net, he's not even in the crease anymore.
It was a nice little pass from Hudon, who's getting pressure from the corner wall. Finds Gaudin out in front, pretty much point blank range. I think Hudon needs to get credit for that goal, for that pass. I mean,
absolutely
beautiful pass.
Great pass.
And that was it.
Yeah.
All in the first period.
All in the first period. Nothing else happened outside of what is Phil Kemp doing?
That was dumb.
So let me paint the picture for you guys here. The Reign are on a power play. There's about, 10 seconds left?
Yeah, not long at all.
Not
15
long,
seconds maybe?
Not very much in a power play. A lot of tired Condors are on the ice, though. Reign have completely established the zone. Phil Kemp, behind the play, or not even behind the play, behind the net, goes belly flop like he's a duck trying to protect his eggs, and he just flops on top of the puck.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
It kind of looked like he just, well, first of all, he went down on the ice, and then he just saw the puck in front of him, and then he was just like a cat.
No!
Just, and then all the Reign players are like, "Yo, like what
are we doing?"
Like, you can't just do that.
He was eventually assessed a 2-minute minor for closing the hand on the puck.
Yeah,
which is a version of delay of game.
Can't do that, bro. It's dumb.
It's got to be closer to some of the stupidest penalties I've ever seen in my life.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Like you straight up cannot do that. Like
you can.
I don't know.
It's very close. Like, because this is a very close memory with me. Because it was my first Reign game when they were an AHL team back in 2016. The Ontario Reign were down 5-0 to the Stockton Heat. Remember that team? There was a minute and a half left. The Reign went out. They're on the penalty kill, might I add. And they went out there with 5 people on the ice and a goalie in the net. Why are you on? No, why are you on? Hello! Stockton was then assessed a penalty shot in which JF Berube stopped. And the final score of that game was 5-0. So, yeah, don't ask how I remember that.
Phoenix Copley, speaking of goalies, was solid again.
Back to it.
Solid again. It looked like the Condors were attacking the glove side a lot, and Copley was just flashing the leather all night long. Couldn't get past them. Copley, man, he looked really rusty.
Yes.
To begin the season, and maybe that could be because of his injury, and he was out of the game for a long time. But it looks like he's starting to get more reps and come back into what he was. I would expect for Copley to be up with the Kings again.
Yes.
If Portillo's not going to play at like a lot of the games or anything, I don't think he's going to be up there for that long. Be a backup up there and stunt his development. So last time we recorded on a Saturday night, which again we are again Saturday night.
Of course.
Sunday morning, they reversed it. Copley came back down. Portillo came back up. I would expect, in my prediction, it's going to be the other way around. And
same thing tomorrow.
And watch on Monday afternoon when this is out, I'm going to look like a genius. Watch.
Yeah, I agree with you, honestly, because it's probably going to happen. So, with that being said, Ontario Reign, once again, stellar on the penalty kill. 21 for 22 since the Tucson game, November 13th. So, in the past almost 3 weeks, the Reign have been under 5% on the penalty kill, or over 95%. Excuse me.
Yeah. Once again, Chris Hyatt has the team bought into this kind of
get into the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah, man. It's really nice to see. You see people diving around on the ice, laying their bodies out, blocking shots, everything like that. And they just have a perfect formation where they're not too aggressive. They play really laid back on the penalty kill, but it works. And they're in the right spot all the time. 21 for 22 is really impressive, man. That doesn't just happen.
And I mean, it comes without saying that the Reign have now have won 4 in a row, have swept back-to-back weeks. They've won 4 in a row. They've won 6 out of 7. And despite starting this year 1-4, the Ontario Reign are now 10-7 on the year.
Yeah.
The Reign are in their flow state. They are a wagon. They are on a heater. And as Adele said, you have set fire to the Reign. Do not let the Ontario Reign get hot. With that being said, let's hop into the Reign weather report brought to you by
Reign.
I love corny jokes. You got the 100%. Who you got?
Oh, shoot. I had 100%.
Copley.
Yeah.
Phoenix Copley.
Yeah, I'll go Copley.
As he should.
Portillo makes his debut. We talked about it earlier. Makes his debut. Gets first start of the game. Copley must have not felt good, man. I mean, that must have not been a good feeling. And he comes back, and he starts a game a few hours after the Kings game. Pitches a shutout against the Texas Stars. I believe he saved 27 shots on 27 attempts. Or he saved 20. He just saved 27 shots.
Saved 27 against against Texas,
he went 27 for 27.
And then went 25 for 26 against Bakersfield.
So a really nice week from Copley in back-to-back games on back-to-back days.
Yes.
Which I don't think a Reign goalie has done that in
a while.
It must have been a lot of weight off his shoulders, and he must be going into the next week feeling really good about himself.
Absolutely. Anytime you're rocking a 981 save percentage in a week's worth, you're definitely getting the 100%, regardless if the Reign win or lose.
Yeah.
Very, very, very solid game out of Phoenix Copley, especially this whole past week. And we hope he's back in net next Tuesday when they take on the Texas Stars again. And by the way, I'm kind of going off note here. This is going to be the first time I've ever been to a Reign game where Jeff Pope is not announcing. The public address announcer.
Yeah, we got Logan.
We got
Let's
go. Fire me up. That's sick.
Who's a 50%?
50%. I'm gonna go with 2 people. Gonna give the guy his flowers again. He's a hint. He's a follower of the channel. Samuel Fagemo again. Trademark 1T's back. 3 goals this week. Racked up the second star in both games. Had a guy named Phoenix Copley and Glenn Gaudin not existed. He probably would have been the first star in both games. Samuel Fagemo offensively, as advertised, it's what we were expecting at the start of last year. He's back to business. He's doing his job, and he's doing great. He's got 10 goals leading the Reign so far this year.
Fagemo has looked really good. He got off to a slow start and has really made his way back up, similar to Copley and a lot of the other guys on the Reign, really, who also got off to a slow start. Mm-hmm. And now it looks like he's fully back. 10 goals on the year now,
yes,
I believe. Yeah, man. Could he push 40 again? Do you think he can push 40 again?
Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt. We're about a fourth of the way into the year. He's got 10 goals, and he had a slow start to the year.
Do you think he can break 40?
I think he can.
Do you think he can beat last year?
I think he can. However, injuries and call-ups are going to, of course, change my mind. If he plays a full 72 games, or at the minimum 65 with the Ontario Reign, I think there's no doubt in my mind he breaks 40 again.
I think he's really starting to establish himself as a journeyman AHLer. I don't see him being up with the Kings this year, especially with the way some other guys are playing right now.
Yeah.
And especially when he cleared waivers, that was really heartbreaking to see. Yeah. Although the Reign got him back, I mean that was nice to see. But
that was nice.
It was like, man, no other team believes in Samuel Fagemo, who had a really good year in the AHL. Yeah. There's got to be something internal that teams are seeing.
Yeah.
Other than a shot.
Trailed second goals in the AHL to Ottawa Senators forward now Adam Gaudette,
who is playing really good right now too.
Very good right now. He's I think got 8 or 9 goals at the time we're recording this. Picked up a goal against the Kings tonight. So,
yeah.
You know, it just happens to be that way. My other 50% I do want to cover, because he's never on the score sheet, but I got to point him out because he's been rock solid defensively. He's been the head of the defensive group, in my opinion. He's the best defensive defenseman on the Reign. It's Angus Booth.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah. I mean, Booth has been good, man. This season, he's been good. He does everything right.
It feels like it.
I actually wonder what his plus minus is.
Oh, it's I don't know what his plus minus is. However, what did he say in his interview at the start of the year?
He said that if he's not noticeable, it's probably a good thing because he's doing his job.
Yeah. Like he's almost like
2 plus minus.
a ghost. Yeah, +2 this year. Now, granted, he was also on the ice a lot when the Reign were struggling at the start of the year.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to look over the last 5 games, it's probably like +6, +7. I'm going to look into it more as you get into to the 0% here.
0%. I was going to go with a joke 0%. I was going to say like Jacob Ingham because he didn't play when he probably should have, or maybe like a Brad Schuler because the power play sucks.
Wow.
But I'm
Nice.
gonna go Martin Chromiak. Chromiak is a still prospect, 22 years old. He's still young, but I feel like you need to expect more out of him. And so far this season, he's looked like same old Martin Chromiak. He hasn't gotten hot yet, the way the rest of the guys have. -6 plus minus so far in the year. 4 goals, 3 assists in 16 games, and it's really starting to look like this guy might be not a bust.
Not the guy that the Kings expected out of him.
Wanted.
Or not what
for.
they wanted, yeah.
And it's tough to see. Another fairly quiet week. He did get an assist with the Caleb Lawrence goal, but again, that wasn't like...
It was a secondary assist, not a primary.
It was a primary.
It was the primary.
It was a primary, but
so he was the one
was
that
a greasy
lobbed it
goal.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it was like... I don't know,
It
man.
wasn't like, slick feed, but no, it was just, he threw it up front, and there's Caleb Lawrence. Bink! Done deal.
Do I think he can turn it around?
Yes.
Of course. He's so talented. You can see it on the ice. He has a motor. He plays like Stunica, like Turcotte. But someone I'm forgetting right now. There was another name I had in mind. Pinelli.
Pinelli. That's what I was going to say.
But he hasn't put it all together yet. And it's tough to see. It's tough to see.
Going back to Angus Booth has a +5 since that Tucson game. In the past 3 weeks, he's rocking a +5, and he's a +2 to start this year. So he's a -3 before that.
Yeah.
So, getting back to my guy on Angus Booth, great job. So, Martin Chromiak's been struggling as of late, though, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. It really is tough to see because I think Kings fans were really high on this kid. Or at least somewhat high on the kid.
Yeah.
And he's been with the Reign for a while, man.
Yeah. If it's going to happen, like if he's going to become a formidable bottom 6 forward in the NHL, I don't think it's going to happen with the Kings. Let's just say that.
No chance.
Like he's going to have to get picked up by someone else, and he's going to have to completely transform his game.
I think Caleb Lawrence is, though.
Oh, God.
He's been playing good.
Caleb Lawrence looks great, not going to lie. Moving into next week, as we're starting to run the podcast timer up here, the Ontario Reign have 3 games next week. We plan on being to all 3 of them, however. On Tuesday, they play the Texas Stars one more time in Ontario. Be the last time they see them until, I believe, March.
Yeah.
In Texas. Saturday night, 7 p.m. puck drop at Pechanga Arena. We do plan on going to that game.
Yes, we will be in San Diego for that game. That should be a fun one. And then we got a quick turnaround.
It's a quick turnaround because Sunday they play 3 p.m. against Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I think we might have to go there, sleep in San Diego, then wake up at like freaking
The crack of dawn.
yeah, and we got to
Drive
book
back
out.
and just go.
Yeah, probably straight to the arena.
Straight to the arena and then straight back to the studio to record again.
And then yeah. Oh gosh.
We're going to be in for a treat. This is going to be a fun one.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty sick. With that being said, that's going to wrap up the 10th episode of the Make It Rain podcast. Not very much to talk about. One more time, he's Anthony Collazo from the Hockey News. I'm Joe O'Regan. We appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and we will see you next Monday. God bless. Later.
3-0 next week?
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think so.